Now that summer is in full swing outside, does your home's interior also say summer? This morning, we're talking about some ways, both big and small, to give your home a little bit of a summer refresh. And here with ideas is one of our favorite Seattle interior designers, Michelle Dirkse. Welcome back. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, I love talking interior design, and you have some very great, digestible tips today, right?
I hope so. Yeah, I'm hoping that even if you don't own a home, you can do a couple small things to make it feel like you have something new, or if you're going for a full remodel, we have a couple ideas for that too.
Ooh, okay, well, tease, let's go. Your tip number one is clear it out or fill it in. So what do you mean by this?
I mean, when we start a project, the easiest way, if you don't have the budget to buy anything, design by elimination. Simply clearing out the clutter, looking at your space, and sometimes one of the easiest ways to do this is to actually take a photo of your space, because you're used to seeing it the way that you see it. And so if you take a photo of your space, then you'll be able to see it with fresh eyes and be able to see oh, maybe I should group these items, maybe I should take this out. So yeah, often just eliminating some items will help the space feel fresh and summery. And then if you are going to keep or add items, group items together. So a coffee table book with the vase with a little accessory on it together, not spread out all over the coffee table. And if you have a collection of items, keep the collection together so it's special and everyone notices it's a collection, versus having one item at each location throughout your home.
That makes sense. I feel like you're even doing that right here. As soon as you said that, I was like, wait, okay. Books together, a little special piece, and then a vase.
Such an easy formula, vase, bowl. Here we have a little accessory piece, and then book.
Okay.
Stack. 1, 2, 3.
Done and done. And it can be a conversation piece too. If you don't have a huge clutter and it feels more intentional, then it's something that guests can chat about as well.
And it doesn't have to just be your coffee table. It can be, on the entry buffet, on your dresser, wherever it may be, or on a bookshelf. Keeping the items together will help them to feel special, and clearing out the clutter will help your space feel fresh and new.
I feel like you'll just be happier with a cleared out space. Your next tip is add yellow. I'm here for this because I feel like everyone's talking about butter yellow as the color of the season right now.
Yeah, I feel
look at that.
Oh yeah, it's so easy here. All we did was, imagine this room without the yellow vase or without the yellow art. Still beautiful, but here it just kind of takes it up a notch, and to me it says summer or spring.
Yeah, so a pop of color, and yellow, you picked that because do you find that that's more cheerful, bright for summer? Or?
Yeah, and I think it's cheerful and it's readily available, and it works with a lot of different interiors.
Okay, so neutrals, yellow, all of that kind of works together and flows.
Whether you already have an existing color palette, that just add a moment of that within it, or if you have a home that's all neutrals, it won't compete with that either.
Add sheers.
Yeah, so if you have drapery at your home, sometimes people will have the solid curtain.
Blackout curtains.
Yeah, drapery, and then behind it you'll have what we call a privacy sheer. So, just a sheer fabric. And for some of our clients, what they'll do is, if privacy isn't an issue and really the curtains are just for decoration, they might just take those off for the spring or summer, and so just leave the sheers behind it. So light and breezy.
It's light, airy, breezy.
Or if you don't have any curtains or drapery, but you want a moment of softness without the room feeling too heavy, this can just, it's like putting on your mascara. It pulls the room together and kind of finishes it off.
This, and that's such a good tip to have something like this behind the solid curtain, so it's easy to refresh for the different seasons instead of feeling like you have to take everything down.
Yeah, and at my house, we have the sheers, which we, have in front of the glass for privacy at night. And then, we open it during the day. But if we want full privacy, then we'll do the opaque solid curtains. We'll close those as well. But, if you don't need both, if you want a little refresh, just, again, kind of design by elimination temporarily.
Yeah. This feels so feminine too, and I love little feminine touches throughout. Your fourth tip is add a smile, which I'm already loving. So what do you mean by that?
Your home doesn't have to be a museum. I want you to feel that you're able to express who you are in your home, and I want guests to feel welcome. And so I think, like I brought this little vase because it has a funny nose on it here in the photo. They have the pink dinosaur accessory on the piano because the clients like had a little game where for Christmas they'd go to a dollar store and they'd buy like the funniest thing they could for each other. And so, in that photo, just having that paired with something,
makes you have a little smile, a little laugh.
Yeah. So
the vase. So I didn't notice the face on that, but that's so
and then
cute in this one.
Yeah, I want to say vases that have a large opening at the top, for me, are easier to put flowers in. I know, unrelated to the smile, but just kind of a general side tip. If you get a vase that has a larger opening at the top, then the flowers will spill out, versus the vase with a narrow opening at the top. I feel like they become fussier, like it's harder to find the right flower for that.
Awesome.
But yes, add a smile.
Add a smile and whimsical touches too, right?
Yeah, like here we just have rosemary from my garden and lavender from my garden, and it's not fussy and it's not necessarily what everyone puts in a vase, but it can just be easy and fun.
I can tell you right now that the set smells incredible because of what you have going on today.
And no water even.
Oh,
yeah, easy.
No mess.
Yeah,
moving it around. Done and done. Tip number 5, add or update art.
Yeah, so I think that if you have a gallery wall, that you can swap out the pieces within it or move them around. I love a 40 by 60 is like my favorite art piece, whether it's vertical or horizontal, because it can go in so many different places. It can go, like when you're picking art, think about where it's going and what it is connecting to. So is it going above a headboard? Then make sure it connects to the headboard, or above a sofa, or a dresser, or a console. And so that's why 40 by 60 inches is often so easy to place, because it will fit in all of those locations.
I feel like I need to write this down right away.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that. Okay.
And it doesn't have to be that size.
No, but
That's
I
just
like
if you
your
don't
tip.
know, it's a good starting point. And if you have a lot of smaller pieces, again, kind of group them together, kind of back to like tip number 1 of, make everything special by grouping it together, and that will kind of help fill a space. So,
I get overwhelmed too when I'm looking at a couch. Like, should I go vertical? Should I go horizontal? Do you have any tips when you're looking at a wall or space like that?
It like depends on the size. So I think 40 by 60 is so easy behind a sofa.
Back to 40 by 60.
Horizontal. But if you have a vertical piece that's 40 by 60, I'd probably do that on one end of the sofa and then fill in with some other small pieces, to the side of it.
Oh, amazing. And mix it up with textures, styles, and color. You're even talking about wallpaper, so walk me through this.
Yes, so
wow, look at that. Beautiful.
Here in this photo, they have, more of a traditional home, and then we paired some, modern elements with it, but again, some traditional elements too. So just because your home is modern or traditional doesn't mean that your furniture and decor have to be. It also doesn't mean that your remodel has to be. So, if you have a traditional home, maybe your remodel is traditional. Maybe it's a modern and traditional elements within the remodel, or maybe just modern. And then again, the same for the furniture and decor. So you can really mix it up. And if you're looking for a change that, this wouldn't just be for summer, it'd be more permanent. But I have this wallpaper from our collection.
Beautiful.
And then, we worked with local artists to design it.
It's stunning. I love a wallpaper moment. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too.
Oh, seeing the pink, this is speaking to me.
Yeah, so this was by Maya Kerner, and she made this watercolor painting for us that we turned into a wallpaper. And then, grass cloth is a super easy one. It's just like a texture, feels solid on the walls.
Yeah, that's very cool.
There we have this pattern by another local designer, Brian Paquette. And then we have this one from Portland studio, Lonesome Pictopia. And I love working with local places.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. We so appreciate it.